This week's map, Oberthal, is quite possibly one of the best that I have ever played. It caters to my very specific niche. It is beautiful to look at with minimal bugs, although because of the sheer size of it, you are going to need to either reduce your draw distance or you're going to need a very powerful machine to play it. There are very, very, very few bugs in that I haven't found any, and I've put more hours in on this map this week than any of the others I've reviewed, and I will continue to be playing this map into the future as well. The first thing you will notice about this map is just how many production points, sell points, and train points, and lots of points, just points in general, there actually are. You can pretty much go anywhere on this map. Even though it is so huge, you won't have to travel far before you can get rid of something. So if you don't want to travel for ages to get to the best selling point, you don't have to. Everything is perfectly scaled on this map. So if you wanted to work up here, you can then use all of the production points and things down in this area. If you wanted to go to the north of the map, you've got all the selling points at the north. You've got a ton of selling points in the center, and then some down in the southeast, etc. There's something everywhere that you can go. The other cool thing is that there are two main railways that you can use, one that goes one way, one that goes the other. Unlike most of the base maps where you get on a train and it will take you to an end point, and that'll be the end of the map, and you'll take it to somewhere that's off map to sell. These trains just go around in a massive circle all around the map, which means that you can basically go from point A here to point B here and sell here a lot quicker. It is a bit of a shame that it doesn't end, though, and that might just be a me thing, but I quite like the idea of just taking a train and going to the end of the track and then selling your stuff automatically. With the size of this map, it kind of makes sense that they've done it that way. The other thing you'll notice is that the fields have a large range of sizes. You've got small 2 hectare ones down here like 31, all the way to massive ones down here, which is 48 and 54 hectares. I did a fertilizing contract for it and got paid £89,000. That's a lot of money for a fertilizing contract. It cost me £10,000 in fert, so you know, almost £80,000 profit from one contract is kind of obscene in a good way. Which leads me to the next thing. The economy on this map is incredibly fair. As you'll remember from last week's video, the economy was awful. The fields were very, very small and cost you an absolute fortune. Here, though, not the case. You can pick up a fairly large field for a fairly fair price. 21, for example, only £338,000. 21 looks to me to be roughly the same size as 32, especially given the price, and I think, if I remember rightly, 32, which is the field I started on, is only around 17 hectares large. So a fair price for a fair field. If you did want to buy field 48 though, 54 hectares for less than $1 million. That's really good pricing. You can also buy little plots of land here which are perfect for building up your own production and building your own farmyard on. So 65, for example, only 18,000, and it's just a square piece of concrete. I really like that. Like 66 as well. Like, you can just buy pieces of land that you can then build up on to make a farm. So again, you're not traveling as far, and that's exactly what I've done on field 65. I've got a chicken coop and I've started lining up all my equipment on there, and it's nice and close to my actual field. This is a really well laid out map so far. I really, really like it. I like the fact that the fields are odd shaped. They're all incredibly open. There's no tight roads. Calmsden is fantastic because you can use your big machinery, but you generally have to go through hedges to do so, and you have to not take the road. Getting to certain places can be a bit of a chore, especially if you're using bigger equipment. Here, that's not an issue. It's all main roads. There are some dirt tracks which are incredibly well laid out. Again, if you look at last week's map, not the case there. This is how a map should be. This map is so good, I would have mistaken it for one by Giants. I genuinely would have. It is incredible how detailed and just how good the map is. It's not perfect, and there are some issues with it, but they're incredibly subjective. They're very, very minor issues that I've had with the game. The other thing worth noting with this map is that it does come with its own array of crops. It also has mods built in for different pieces of equipment and different animals. You can actually get goats on this map as well. What that means is that you get a larger variety of root crops, so it's not just potatoes. Obviously, with the season 2 coming out soon, you are going to be getting carrots and other root vegetables as per the DLC. But for now, it's nice that they've added that in. And when you download the map, it downloads all the equipment and all the other mods that you need for that to work, which is really, really nice. The equipment that you get with it is essentially the same as base game, just with the added functionality of being able to harvest the crops. And you also get goats, which is, you know, a win, and ducks, as I found out. So you buy a chicken coop, and you can then buy ducklings and turn them into ducks, and they work exactly the same as chickens. It's just that you get ducks instead of chicken, which is kind of cool. The chicken coop is much larger as well. It holds up to 1,440 chickens and or ducks, as opposed to normal 340 chickens that you get with the base coop. Like I've said, this map is just insane with how much it's got going for it, the different things that you can do, the stupid amount of selling points that you've got. You've also got manure stations, so you can buy it and you can sell it, which is really nice. You don't need to sell everything container for things like lime, because they've got them built into the map, already placed in a really good way. It's not just dumped there. Like, you can just go out and sell it if you need to, which is really, really nice. Like I said, the economy of the game is really well done as well. Max is out at 775 and lows of 531. Interestingly, soybeans is not that profitable on this map, which is quite interesting, because obviously you've got things like your poppies, which sell incredibly well instead. This is Oberthal. What a stunning scene it is. One of the major criticisms that I've got of this game, and I use the term major very, very lightly, is that there isn't enough traffic on the game. And I never thought I would say that about a farming simulator map, given that the AI is generally awful. The reason why I feel that this map needs AI is because of how big it is. Ironically, it's because of how big it is that there isn't that much AI. The sheer rendering power that you need to sort of make everything appear would just be increased if you had more AI vehicles, which, whilst a shame, I do understand. But that is pretty much where my criticism sort of ends of this map. It is very well laid out. It is stunning to look at. It is simply huge. It has everything that you could ever want. It has trees, it's got big fields, it's got small fields, it's got a very easy to traverse road, there are traffic signals, there are bridges, there is a full laid out railway with switch maps and just awesomeness. It is amazing to look at, and the farm and the map and the fields are not easy to tend, but easy to tend. What I mean by that is they are obviously large, there are some with uneven territories, but on the whole you can just crack on and get it done, and you'll make your money back because the economy is so good. Field 32, the one that I bought, is 17 hectares ish large. I paid 350,000 for it, I think, and I've already made 160,000 of that back in one harvest. Add to that the amount I've spent on seeds and stuff, I'm probably making close to 130,000 per year. Obviously, first year when you start buying all your equipment for it and stuff, you're going to be down quite a bit. But now that I've got the chicken coop, and Twitch are going to be able to make me buy more chickens to the point that it's full, I'm going to be making my money back from eggs as well as the wheat and stuff. So I am very, very pleased. There are fuel stations dotted all over the map, which you are going to need. I have noticed that I've gone through a lot of fuel just driving from place to place. Everything is well laid out, as I've already said. You've got lots of traffic and train points. The sell points are all unique in the way that they are labelled. There is another minor criticism that I've got. Obviously, this map is based in Germany. All of everything is labelled in German on the map. Like, I love the way that they have taken the time to actually sit and label everything, but I don't speak German, so unless I know what it is by going through and looking at the drop point on the map itself, I have no idea what each thing is. I have manure, I've got a lime drop and stuff, but I don't know which one's which, outside of compost. I mean, that's a minor, right? Like I say, you can go into the main map and you can have a look at what each drop point is that way. Another really cool feature of the map is that when it goes past opening times, the gates will close. Now, you can open them manually, but it's still a really nice feature that there is a semblance of open and close, right? Certain areas will close up shop and shut the gates so that people can't get in at night. Even if you can manually open them, it's a nice little touch. In case you can't guess, I am besotted with this map. I have always said that it will take a lot for me to like a map more than Calmston, and by Jove, I think we found it. It's stunning. It is genuinely stunning to look at. It's so well laid out. The roads are really smooth and nice and clearly laid out on the map, so you can see everything. The water is stunning to look at. The reflections are done well and stuff like. Whoever made this map has taken a lot of time, care, and attention to get it right, and it has set the bar incredibly high. I would highly recommend giving this map a try. There is one issue with it in that it is PC only. It is not available on console, and I don't know if there are any plans to take it to console. I hope it does. I hope crossplay becomes available, because I know a lot of my TikTok community and my Twitch community would very much like to come on and play with me, but they are on console. So there you have it, guys. Let me know in those comments down below if you like the look of this map, if it is too big, too daunting, if it's not big enough, if you agree with my comments about the graphic, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao, ciao.